Hi friends, how are you? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a full face of affordable makeup. Some of these products are new. A couple of them I haven't even tried on yet. But most of it I have tried and I have opinions, and I'll let you know what I like and what I don't. If you're interested in this video, just keep on watching. The most expensive product I have is the new finishing powder from Milani. Everything else I believe is under $10. There's a lot of, I have a lot of essence. I have some hard candy, a little bit of Rimmel. So everything is pretty much affordable. So let's get going. So I'll move you guys a little closer so you can see a little better. So we're going to start with a little bit of corrector under my eyes. This is from Essence. This is a Correct and Conceal Under Eye Brightening Concealer. But I have mine in light, but it's a light pink. They also have concealers, but they do have some correctors. But they're also calling this a concealer, so I don't know why. But this is it's a light pink. So I'm just going to let it sit there for a second. And the foundation I am going to use today is going to be the one from Catrice. This is a HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. Lasts up to 24 hours. It's mattifying, water and sweat proof with niacinamide. But before I do that, I want to use a couple of primers that I have been testing. And when I got my, I believe it was a FabFitFun, this is one of the products that I chose, a one size. This is called Secure the Sweat Dry Till Dawn Primer. And this is supposed to keep you dry, you know, sweat free and things like that. I like it. It works. It's all right. But these two primers, the Catrice Extreme Blur Mattifying Primer and the Sweat Unlock Primer, are amazing and a lot less money. Now, the only thing about this Catrice one, I'm going to use one on one side and one on the other. And I have tested all of these against each other. And I can tell you that skip this and just get yourself one of these if this is what you're looking for. They're a lot more affordable. So the only thing about the Catrice is the packaging. It is very difficult to open. When I went to open it the first time, I had a fight with it. So now when I close it almost totally, but not quite all the way, because otherwise I just can't. I don't have time for that. So it does come with a little cap, and it has a little spatula, which I enjoy. I think that's kind of nice. That way you don't have to be sticking your fingers in there. So I'm going to put that on this side of my face. And this one, when you put it on, even though it dries down to almost like a silky feeling on your face, it feels really, really good. It feels hydrating. It does not feel, oh, I just went over mine. It does not feel sticky or anything like that. It does feel hydrating on the skin. It doesn't feel dry or anything like that. It feels very, very comfy on the skin. I really do enjoy this. I think this is a really nice one. And I think it was $6 something. I got mine at Walmart. My gosh, if you purchase like $35 worth, you get free shipping. A lot of the time you get it on the same day. That's pretty darn good if you ask me. And sometimes what I do is if I need like deodorant or something, you know, room spray or something like that, I just order a few things so they can bring me what I need, and I don't have to go to the store, because I don't always enjoy going to stores, and my back starts hurting right away when I do a lot of walking. So if I can avoid a trip to the store, I will. This corrector doesn't look like it did much of anything. Okay, let's do the other primer. So now I'm going to use the hard candy one. This one's a little different. This one is a squeezy tube, and this comes out like the other one. It has like a little green gel formula. This one, when you put it on, it feels cooling on your skin. It feels really nice. It also feels hydrating. It doesn't feel drying. Now the one from Catrice says it's blurring. This one doesn't say that it's blurring. It just says 12-hour hold, non-drying, all-day defense from excess oils and sweat. And I have put these primers to the test. Sunday we went to a friend's house and they were having like a pool party. I didn't go in the pool, but we were sitting outside, and I was sitting outside for about an hour. It was so hot and humid, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I mean, other people get hot, but heat really affects me to the point where I start feeling sick. And I don't know what's going on. I've never loved extreme heat, but lately it just bothers me. My face gets like super red. I start sweating really bad. So after about an hour, I had to go inside. Okay, my face felt like it was, again, this feels already like almost powdery, like velvety. This one is still settling down, but it's also not sticky. I like them both. But anyway, I was wearing it like this, one on each side of my face. And after my face dried, my makeup looked the same as it did when I put it on. And I used the same foundation. So these primers really do what they're saying they're going to do. The only thing I hate about this foundation is I don't enjoy this silly doe foot. And it's not an average bottle of foundation, so I don't know if I can find a pump on Amazon to fit it. I don't know. I hate that. I hate it because the dropper doesn't work at all. It's annoying. And I have this in the shade Sandy Rose number 42. And I think it's a... Ooh, that was a big glop there. I think it's a pretty good match for my skin. And I feel this is a foundation that doesn't really oxidize on me. A lot of foundations, even though they look light when I first put them on, after I had them on for a while... Oh, there goes a brush on the floor. After I had them on for a while, they oxidize, so they do get a little darker. So that's why I don't like to get foundations that look too dark on me, because then it's going to be a big difference between my neck and the rest of my body and my face. And I don't like that, because it kind of changes your entire makeup look. So as you can see, this has pretty good coverage. This is a foundation that's like $10 on Catrice website, and I think you can also get it on Amazon. But it's a long wearing foundation. I would not wear it for 24 hours, but they have a lot more shades now than when I first purchased this foundation years ago. Now they have a bigger selection, but it's really, really good. And also, if you don't want it quite as matte, you can always add like a drop of any kind of like a glowy serum or even a regular serum, and that will make it less matte for you. I have not been wearing a lot of foundation like during the week if I'm going out, because I cannot stand the heat. I can't stand the feeling of melting makeup on my face. Even if my makeup doesn't melt, even if it stays in place, it's still uncomfortable. You feel uncomfortable. So I've been wearing very little makeup when I go out, or like a tinted, I wear sunscreen and like a tinted sunscreen on top of it, or a tinted moisturizer, just a little bit, just a little, enough to even out my skin tone, but not a lot of coverage. I really don't care. I don't care if you can see my hyperpigmentation. I just need to survive the heat. All right, so for concealer, I'm going to use the one from NYX. This is a new one from them. This is the Wonder Snatch. Okay, when I first started using this concealer, I wasn't too crazy about it. My under eyes can be very dry, and it has a lot to do with also if I don't drink enough water. Now see, when I look at the camera, this foundation looks super light on me, but in real life, it does not. But I kind of look ghostly on camera. But anyways, the more I've used this concealer, the more that I have liked it. Is it my favorite concealer? No. But I think it's a very good drugstore concealer. I think it's supposed to be full coverage. I would not call this full coverage. I think this is more like a medium coverage concealer. I'm actually going to let it sit for a second while I put some eye primer on. And I'm using the Ulta Beauty Matte Veil Longwear Eye Primer. And this is a nice one, and it's very affordable. It cancels out some of your veining. Let me use a concealer too while I'm at it. Just kind of spread it. As you can see, and redness, if you have redness on your eyelids like I do. Oh, I forgot to put the primer on this one, didn't I? It's not super tacky, but it definitely does help your eyeshadows last and pop more than if you don't use anything. What I mostly love about eye primers are the ones that can actually cancel out some of the redness and veining on my eyelids. Ooh, I just got dizzy there for a second. That was weird. There's something going on with me. I don't know. I don't know. This is a new powder from Essence. This is a Silky Blur Translucent Setting Powder. I'm going to use just a tad bit on my under eyes. I'm going to use this brush right here. And it does have the little sifter. What I did is I only took, it always brings like a little plastic cover. I only took half of it out. So only half of the holes are available for distribution of product, because otherwise you get way too much. So I'm just going to mainly do it like down here. I don't want to do a lot. And then I'm going to use another powder on my face, not because I don't like this one on my face, but because I want to show it to you, because it's really, really good. And I'm going to use this on my forehead so that I have it in a little more area than just around my eyes. But this is a really nice one, and this is in the shade 10 Translucent. I'm not sure if they have it in more shades than translucent. If it does, I will put a little note on here. I'll check. When I go look for the links, I'll see if they have more than one shade. But it's really nice. I also have the one from Essence that has the 3 different shades. And I really, really do enjoy that powder also. So this one is new from Hard Candy. This is a Blur Unlock Setting Powder. And they do have different shades in this one. I got mine. I think this is the light one. I believe they have more than one shade on this one. Now this one is a little messy. Okay, it has the same, and the kind that you can twist. So you can just grab like one of the shades or a little bit of each of the shades. But the problem is that it's hard to get just a little bit. Because if you dump a little bit of one, then you get a little too much, see? And then if you go to the next shade and you dump a little bit of that, it's a little too much. So this one, I don't know. I like and I don't like the packaging. Maybe I'll tape some of the holes, but I don't know how that's going to work with the little thing that goes around. I think my tape will get stuck to it. So what I've been doing is I have this little M Cosmetics puff, and I've been putting it over whatever hole is open, and when I close it, keeps it from dispensing more powder. So this is what, see, that's a lot of powder. I don't use that much powder on my face. So I'm going to mix it and kind of like take some off. Yeah, so I already have powder there. So I don't know what, I don't want to use a lot of powder anyway, because this foundation is matte, but I just want to show you. This is a really nice one. It looks nice under the eyes also. It's a finely milled one. I don't use a lot of powder under my eyes. I don't bake. I don't just, put a lot and then wipe it off. I just put like very little, because like I said, I have dry under eyes, and the more products I apply, the drier everything looks. So I try to keep it as, see, I have a lot left over. So I'm going to put it back in that little area where the holes are, put the little puff and close this. So I think this powder is like $6 something. So, and this one also, they're both very, very affordable. So the powders, the primers, very, very, very good. That foundation has been around for a long time, but it is a very nice foundation. This is something new from Essence. They came out with these palettes, and these are called the M Face Palette, and this is a number 10 Glow Icon. They also have a darker one, and when I ordered this one, the darker one was not available. It was available like a couple of days after my order was shipped. I did order it, but it's not here yet, so I will show it to you guys. But these, what do these remind you of? Hourglass? Very, very pretty, and this is a lot more affordable. So I'm going to use the bronzer. I'm going to use this bronzer on my cheeks. I'm going to use this brush right here. This is the BK Beauty 103, and I don't think it has like shade names. I'm going to go into the bronzer, and it's a nice size pan, so you can really go in there with a brush. And like I said, this is the light one, and then they do have the darker one. And I like the bronzer. It's not too warm. I think it's pretty neutral. I really do enjoy that. I think it's so pretty. Now the only thing is this doesn't have a finishing powder. It has like 2 blushes, a highlighter, and the bronzer, but that's okay. I don't always use a finishing powder. I mean, if I had to choose whether I wanted a finishing powder or a highlighter, I would probably choose a finishing powder because I don't use highlighter every day or all the time. It's seldom that I use it. Okay, so now for blush. I'm going to go into this one first. This one looks super light, so I don't know how much you'll be able to see it on my skin. I mean, it doesn't swatch very, very dark. The other one swatches a little darker, but let's go into it just to see how much you can see, and then I'll go ahead and add the other one. Oh, I think you can pick it up. I think you can see it. Huh. Okay, I'm going to wipe my brush, and I'm going to go into the darker one and use it on this side. Oh, this one is definitely more pigmented. That is pretty. That is very pretty. And it does have a little bit of a glow, but not a lot. It doesn't have as much of a glow as an Hourglass product does, but this is not a flat matte. It definitely does have a little bit of glow. I'm going to put a little bit of the light one on this side so both of my cheeks are even. All right, that's nice. I'm going to use a little bit of setting spray. Now, let me, hold on. Okay, this one's okay. Just because everything that I'm using is kind of matte, and this one's supposed to give you a natural finish. It's supposed to, it says look unlock setting spray, all day stay, sweat and water resistance, but it has a natural finish. So I'm going to just pat my face just to make sure that there's no overspray on my face right now. Okay, and we'll use a little bit of the highlighter when I'm done with my eyes. Essence released these little palettes. These are called the, well, this one is the Rose Edition. This one is the Mauve Edition. And this one is the Nude Edition. I think I want to do the Mauve Edition. Let's go for that. Let's see how that works. And I'm going to do it a little different today. I'm going to start from the lightest to the darkest because I want my lid to be as bright as I can get it. I don't want a really smoky or dark look. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, so I'm going to start with this brush. This is an Alter Ego brush, and I'm going to go with this shade right here. Let me swatch this for you. So that's what it looks like. So I'm going to go into the light shimmery one right now, and I'm going to actually spray it with a little bit of setting spray. Let me put it on both sides of the brush, and I'm going to put a little bit of setting spray. I don't like to wet my eyeshadow, so I like to put it on the brush and then spray the brush instead of wetting the eyeshadow, putting a wet brush on the shadow. I don't like doing that because that's how you get hard pan, and I don't like to mess my babies. That's pretty. Very brightening. Very pretty. So then now I'm going to take this brush right here. This is from Alter Ego also. And Alter Ego has pretty good brushes. I'm going to go into the darkest color. It's like a really deep purple. It almost has like a little bit of gray in it. It's a little powdery in the pan, but we'll see if we're going to be getting a lot of fallout. So far, no, but I don't pack my brush a lot. I'd rather build my look a little bit at a time. Okay, I'm going to take a fluffier brush. I'm going to use this one from REPHR, and I just want to blend the edge a little bit. Okay, I like that. I'm going to grab a little bit of that purple with my finger. Okay, that gave me a little bit of fallout, but that was my fault, I guess. It was doing pretty good with a brush, and then I went with a finger. I'm going to wipe that brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of this one right here and just go around the edge of the crease. I always take my shadow higher because I feel like if I leave it like right on the crease, then you're not going to be able to see it. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of that shimmer with my finger. And I'm going to grab this smaller brush, and I'm going to go into the pink one, mauve one. Wow, this is really, really powdery in the pot, in the pan. Super powdery. You can see it when I tap my brush, how much comes off. The shadows are nice though, they look nice, and I really don't have any fallout. Okay, I'm going to take the initial brush that I used and kind of mix everything together. I'm going to take this fluffy brush. This is from Alter Ego also. I'm going to take the shimmery shadow and just go on the edge, bring it up a little to meet the crease shade. And I'm going to grab a little bit on the very tip and just put a little bit in my inner corner, just a little bit. Find the concealer. I'm going to put a little bit more like right there, just on the outer corners. I have this little vein right here that I like to try to cover a little bit. But you know what I just noticed? I have a spot right here that doesn't like to take pigment, and this eyeshadow actually covered it pretty well. I can still see like a little bit there, but it did a better job than a lot of other even more expensive eyeshadows. So good to know. It's a nice little eyeshadow palette. The only thing is it's very powdery. I don't know if you can see. And you saw when I tapped my brush, a lot of product came off. But I like the look. I'm going to take a little bit of this color right here. It's like a taupe. And I'm going to go on my lower lash line. I'm going to use, this is a Bailey brush. And I'm going to use it on my lower lash line. That way, it kind of helps the concealer also. Kind of like powdering it. It is like a taupe, but it does have some purple in it. The mascara I'm going to use today is going to be the Essence Lash Without Limits 2B mascara. This is a really good mascara. This gives you really, really nice lashes, and it's easy to remove at night. The regular Lash Without Limits is also amazing. But I've gotten so lazy with mascaras that I've been using mostly tubing because it's so easy to remove at the end of the day. I don't have to be fighting with a mascara. Some mascaras are hard to remove. And with these, just a little bit of warm water. You just splash your face, with a little bit of warm water. And if you're taking a shower, it's even easier. Because I kind of just stick my face under the shower. And then just kind of gently go over my lashes. And it comes right off. So I've really been enjoying this one and the one from Maybelline that I have shown you guys. I think it's a Lash Sensational 2B mascara. Either one of those are good. But this one's less money. This one's like $5, I think. I think they're $5. The Essence mascaras. I think all of them are $5. And the Maybelline is like, well, I was able to get a backup because I really like it. And I know I'm going to repurchase it at Target for $10.99, $10.98, something like that. And Walmart has it for the same price. But like if you get it at Ulta, it's like $13.99. And I got like a little speck there. Okay, let me finish my mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the really just the one coat of mascara that you saw me apply, and I just applied some on my lower lash line. So that's about it. It does a really good job. You really don't need to build it a lot. Now I feel like this one dries as you're applying it. It dries a little faster than the Maybelline, but you still have plenty of time to, if you want to build it a little bit, it works just fine. So I'm going to grab a little bit of the highlighter right now. Apply it right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't like to apply it super, you know, bright, so I'll swatch it for you so you can see what it looks like. But yeah, I don't like to put a lot of highlighter on. And I am going out in a little bit, so I'm going to go see my granddaughter Isabella, spend some time with her, because she's going with her mom to visit her mom's family in Colombia. She's going to be gone for 30 days. So what am I going to do without that little girl for 30 days? It's going to be hard. We usually see her 2 to 3 times a week. They live like 40 minutes from me. I don't go every day because, you know, I spend all afternoon driving there, spending some time, and, you know, I'm going to use the mirror on here. And, you know, I do have stuff to do, but we try to see her like over the weekend and then a couple of times a week. But we FaceTime a lot also. But I'm going to miss her. And just knowing that she's far, and, you know, because right now it's like, okay, if I really want to see her, I can get in my car and go over there. Because my son and daughter-in-law, they're amazing. They don't care if I go every day. They're really, really good about that. Actually, my daughter-in-law calls me all the time and tells me, why don't you come over? So let me swatch this for you so that you can see what it looks like. So that highlighter can be very, very... I think I swatched it for you already, but I think now that I kind of went over it, it's swatching a little better. Maybe, you know, I had to break a seal or something. I don't know. It looks better now. And the bronzer does have a little bit of glow, but I mean, I think that's beautiful. And this is very affordable. I can't wait to get the darker one. The darker one looks like it has such beautiful shades in it. Oh, I can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. This is a new blush from Moira, and I purchased one of them because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. This one is in the shade Anko Tart, ANKO number 003. And these are like baked, but they do have like a shimmer. But these look so beautiful as a topper on a blush. Oh my goodness, let me tell you. That's how I have been using it. I haven't been using it as a sole blush, because look at the glow. That is a lot of glow. But if you softly go on this and just put a little bit on, it looks so pretty. I absolutely love it. And the thing is, you know, since I've been trying to wear more matte, not as glowy or hydrating products so that my makeup doesn't fall off, you can put it on top of something that's a little more matte, and you're still going to get a beautiful glow on your skin without it being too much. But I think it would be too much if I tried to put this strictly as a blush. I haven't tried it. I may try it on my own to see how I like it, but I have several shades because I purchased this one first and absolutely fell in love with the way that it looked. So I purchased, they were having a sale during, I don't know when they were having a sale, but anyway, I purchased like 3 other ones because they're so beautiful. I'll show it to you in other videos. I didn't put any bronzer on my forehead because I wanted to try this one. Emily Noel talks about this Rimmel multitasker all the time. I got mine in light because I was going to get the light medium, but it was out. So it was between this and the dark. I ordered the dark one the first time I ordered. By mistake, I didn't order it on purpose. Brush backwards. So I wanted to try it and see what it looked like, because she's always talking about this. Okay, I like the fact that it's not orangey. It's pretty neutral. And it blended very easily. That's pretty. I don't want to put it on my cheek. I don't want to add anything else there. But I think that looks pretty natural. Did I have this? Lately, I've been like a brand new, I just started my channel. I keep putting the mirror over my face. What is wrong with me? If any of you know, please let me know. But be kind. Oh, my nose itches. I think that's pretty. It is light. If I can get my hands on the light medium, I think I'm going to try to get that one. Because now in the summer, even though I hide from the sun, you still catch the sun. And I wear SPF all the time. So I think in the summer, probably a light medium will suit me more than the light one. But I mean, it blended right in. It's very, very easy to blend. Kind of blends away a little bit, but okay. For lips, I'm going to use a lip liner from Essence. And this one is called the Pout Line Soft Light Lip Liner. And this is in the shade Bare Affair. I thought this was going to have more of a pinky tone. Hold on. I brought another one. This one is Like to Mauve. Let's try that one. And for lipstick, I'm going to use one of the e.l.f. lipsticks. These are called, I can actually read the label, Glow Reviver Lipstick in Vine and Shine. And this is what the color looks like. And it's like a glossy tinted balm. They kind of remind me of the Dior Addict. The Dior Addict. I don't think it's a Dior Addict. It's the ones that are the glossy ones. It's not the Addict, I don't think. This you have to be careful, okay? Don't push too hard because you'll do what I did, which is smush the lipstick. But it builds to a very pretty shade. It has nice coverage. Oh, I'm looking for the top. And the top is magnetic. Do you guys like to do your lipstick like, you know, like this? I know it says that your lips will look fuller, but I like to keep my Cupid's bow. I've always liked to have the Cupid's bow. I think it looks pretty. Alright, so this is my completed look. I love all of it. I like the eyeshadow. I think it looks very pretty. I'm going to move you guys up so that you can see, but I think it looks very pretty. It was easy to blend. You didn't see me struggle with it. The only thing, like I said, they're a little powdery in the pan. But I mean, as long as I don't have a mess on my face, I think this, if you're the type of person that you like to put a lot of product on your brush, when you go in, you may have a lot of fallout. But I think if you're careful, if you tap your brush, if you know, don't load up your brush too much and just build your look, then you don't find that, because I really don't struggle with a lot of fallout with most of my eyeshadow palettes. Sometimes some of the glitters, it doesn't matter how careful you are, you're going to end up with some glitter on your face. But the one from this, it's not really a glitter. But the shimmer, it didn't have any kind of fallout either. I think it did a really good job. I love this palette. I think it really, really builds to a nice pigment. I think it's a lot more pigmented than what it looks like. When I first looked at it online, it didn't really look like it would do much for me, and that's why I really was disappointed when they didn't have the darker one. But I went ahead and I said, well, I'll take a chance. If it doesn't work for me, I'll give it to someone in my family that has a lighter skin tone than I do, even though my skin tone is pretty light. Okay, I think it built it really, really nice. And I love these from Moira. You guys, if you like nice glowy toppers, try one of these. So beautiful, so beautiful. Look at the beautiful marble on there. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And it's very creamy, very, very creamy. I mean, it's very pigmented. I barely did anything, and I mean, you can really see it. But I got a pink one, and I got one more like a kind of like a cinnamon spice color. I can show it to you guys, but these are beautiful. So if you like glow, and like you can see a little bit of glow, but it's not like glittery, you know. I don't like glitter on my face, so I would never put anything on my face that is going to show a lot of glitter. But I just think that just gives you like a real pretty finish. Make sure that you check my Merit, Full Face of Merit video. I already contacted all the winners of the giveaway, and I've only had like 3 or 4 of you guys respond, and I think I chose like 7 winners to send a couple of products to each one of you. I announced it on Saturday. I actually put a comment under your comment for you to contact me through Instagram or email, and I responded to those of you that contacted me to let you know that I got your address. But really, it was supposed to be only 48 hours, but I kind of held off a couple of days because I knew it was the weekend, and sometimes people don't watch YouTube, or you have families. So I get it. You have a life. You want to spend time with your family. So make sure that you check, because if I don't hear from you within the next 24 hours, then I will choose other winners. All right, you guys. Thank you for being here. I love you so, so much, and I will see you on my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.